Today we are re-simulating the entire career of John Wall in NBA 2K25. John Wall recently retired, and I want to go ahead and honor his career by re-simulating his entire career with injuries off, because I think we all know at this point that injuries kind of derailed John Wall's NBA career. So John Wall obviously starts with the Washington Wizards. He was drafted number one overall in the 2010 NBA draft. His teammates and team weren't that good, but we're going to be simulating his entire career starting now into the day he retires. Let's get into year one. This season, LeBron James does win the MVP. John Wall wins Rookie of the Year, so that's absolutely amazing. He averaged about 17 points, 1.8 rebounds, 7.6 assists per game, about one steal. Efficiency was not the best, but it will improve. Rookie of the Year is a great start of his NBA career. Manu Ginobili, six men. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player. Augustine is your most improved. John Wall did make all-rookie first team, obviously, but we ended up missing the playoffs completely. The Wizards were 25-57 on the season. Obviously, the Wizards, it took a while for them to be a good team. They haven't been a good team in a while. They were in the lottery for a couple years after they drafted John Wall. That's how they got Bradley Beal and some other guys. The Miami Heat are going to win the championship. LeBron James does win the Finals MVP. We also rebranded our logo and stuff. I don't know if you guys care, but yeah. Washington is projected the 6th overall pick, and they are going to finish with the number 3 overall pick in the NBA draft. That's absolutely amazing for them. And this is a really good draft class, obviously. Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, Jonas Valanciunas, Nikola Mirotic wasn't the best player, but Klay Thompson, Nikola Vucevic, Kemba Walker, Jimmy Butler. There's some really good all-time greats in this draft class, so we'll see who the Wizards end up taking. It would have been crazy to see Kyrie and John Wall together, but we'll see who they get in the draft. So with number 1 pick in the draft, the Suns are going to select Kyrie Irving. The Cavaliers are going to take Klay Thompson, which means the Wizards could take Kawhi Leonard. They take Valanciunas? Okay, wait. So what team's going to take Kawhi? Is Kawhi really going to fall? Dude, he fell to the Pelicans. That's crazy. He really fell like that. That's absolutely insane, bro. Can't believe I can't believe they did that. I ain't gonna lie with you. Kawhi was right there for them to take. I feel like they should have taken him for sure. Kawhi Leonard and John Wall for the future. Man, they definitely messed up. Instead, they went to the New Orleans Hornets. I said Pelicans, the Hornets at this point. And then, wow, yeah, that's disappointing. Really wanted to see Kawhi and John Wall pair together, but they ended up taking Jonas Valanciunas. Bro, what are we doing? I believe Valanciunas could prove us wrong, but man, that would have been so tough to see. But we got John Wall's up to a 89 overall at this point. Andre Blatch is up. McGee, Gilbert Arenas is up. But this team still isn't the best. Obviously, we did add Valanciunas, but he isn't even starting. JaVale McGee is still the starter. So we'll see how we end up doing this season. Derrick Rose wins the MVP. Kyrie Irving is your Rookie of the Year in Phoenix. Gilbert Arenas did win 6th Man of the Year, so that's something. John Wall made All-NBA 13. About to look at his stats in just a second. But once again, the Washington Wizards, they actually made the playoff this year. I didn't even see it, but you ended up being the 5th seed. So at least we got some sign of improvement for this roster, which is great, because this roster was bad for a couple of years. We got the Orlando Magic in round 1. They have obviously primed Dwight Howard at this point. But yeah, really good. We finished off about 44-38 on the season. Player stats, we had about 22 from John Wall with 3 rebounds and 8 assists. Really good year from John Wall, 3-pointers. Still shooting 27%, but he has made more threes than he did last year, which is a great improvement. You don't have like a second star to John Wall, which I'm hoping we can get in the future. Looks like Valanciunas didn't even get playing time. Kawhi would have been so perfect. We're going to look back on that and say that was one of the worst moves ever. But we are going to go ahead and lose to the Orlando Magic in 7 games, which sucks. I mean, it is our first year in the playoffs, so I guess we can't get too mad. Derrick Rose and the Bulls. Look at Derrick Rose's stats, man. Wow, that's crazy. John Wall is up to a 92 overall. He's only 21 years old at this point. He has 2 more years left on his rookie contract. And then Gilbert Arenas is up. So the bench player being the second best player on the team isn't great in my opinion. But Valanciunas is up to an 80 overall. So if you can prove me wrong, I'd absolutely love that. Trevor Booker, do we sign or is he already on the team? He's already on the team. Looks like we got Courtney Lee and then Kwame Brown's obviously here. And then we got Gerald Green. Did we sign him? We drafted here. Keep forgetting about that. Then we have a couple random guys off the bench, I guess. But yeah, team still isn't great. I definitely love for us to upgrade. At the end of the season, Derrick Rose was the MVP. AD is your rookie of the year. John Wall made the All NBA second team as the Wizards were the number 3 seed as they got the Indiana Pacers in round one. Here's how Indiana's looking like. They have Paul George, a younger Paul George though. But player stats, we can see what John Wall is. The guy's average. John Wall averaged about 25 points and almost 10 assists per game. John Wall started to turn into a superstar, man. Which you want to see. 3-point percentage, 30%. John Wall has been great 3-point shooter throughout his career, so whatever happens with his 3-pointer, I'm fine. But he did make 132, and then he still didn't have like a second star. But the guys are definitely working out here. Valanciunas averaged about 15. The six-man Gilbert Arenas averaged about 14, 12 from Courtney Lee. But time to see who could beat the Indiana Pacers in round one as gonna beat them this six. We're in the second round now. I got the Toronto Raptors. So Toronto at this point, so it looks like they drafted Kemba Walker. They got DeMar DeRozan. They got Anthony Randolph, Andre Bargnani. So we'll see what ends up happening against this Raptors team, and we're going to lose in 5, but it's a great start. Last year we made it to the playoffs. This year we made it to the second round. I'm expecting good things in our third year of making the playoffs, but we'll see. John Wall's up to a 95 overall at this point. The team didn't really get better by any means. Valanciunas is probably peaked at this point. He's at 82 overall. He's not like a superstar. Never meant to be a superstar, really. So, yeah, not much from this team, honestly. Gilbert Arenas is starting to get worse. He was a good 6 men, but now he's starting to regress. And the team didn't really upgrade at all. Looks like we got Caron Butler in free agency. That's really, he's a little older as well, 33, regressing. Looks like we're able to draft Robert Covington. That'll be a good piece for the future. And we also went ahead and signed Nick Collison. But that's really it, man. Not much more from anything else with this team. So we'll see how we do this season. Another MVP for LeBron James is Giannis Antetokounmpo in Cleveland now. He wins Rookie of the Year. But even with not so good of a team, we still made the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, which is nice, obviously. John almost had an incredible season, but 48 and 34 on this season, which is great. Player stats, John Wall did have an incredible season, so he also got extended by the Washington Wizards, so he got extended on a new 4-year contract, so he remained in Washington until 2018. Obviously, Wall eventually ended up getting traded from the Wizards, but we'll see if he ends up staying a Washington Wizard for life in this video. I feel like Wizards fans really like John Wall, but he did average 25 and 10, did get extended, like I said. 14 from Valanciunas, 11 from Gilbert Arenas, still no second star. We got Ryan Anderson as well, which obviously Ryan Anderson was one of the best stretch 4s or stretch 5, whatever you want to call him, but he can shoot the ball, which is really nice as well. But we got the Chicago Bulls in round one. The Bulls, the Derrick Rose Chicago Bulls, they have regressed, I guess. Usually they're like the 1 seed or something, but now it's Cleveland, and we are still going to lose in 7, though, so still no luck in the playoffs for this team, which sucks. Oklahoma City is going to go on to win the championship with Kevin Durant. Wall is up to a 96 overall, the first year on his rookie deal. Still no big moves, but, we still have some guys in this roster here. So Gilbert Arenas down to a 79. Caron Butler is down to a 77. Other than that, we didn't really make much moves by any means. We drafted TJ Warren, though. Man, bubble TJ Warren was on a different level, bro. DeMarcus Cousins MVP, okay. The number 6 seed, though, which I guess is solid, 41 to 41. Not where you want to be, honestly, but player stats, we had about 24 from John Wall with 4 rebounds and almost 11 assists. John Wall's passing is pretty underrated right now, man. He's, I said, 3-point percentage, 3-point shooting is probably not there right now, but it's really not worried about this time. He was like a slashing guard, I remember, but yeah, still, so nobody really helped him out that much at all, but it's fine. We'll see if we can go ahead and beat the Brooklyn Nets in round 1. Here is how the Nets are looking like. They have Devin Harris, Deion Waiters. They had Alan Crabb. We got Kevin Love and John Petro. So in round 1 against Brooklyn, we're gonna blow a 3-1 lead. That sucks so bad, bro. Looking like after choking that 3-1 lead, obviously not much changes by any means once again. So Jared Wallace, looks like they signed him to a deal. Another old 33-year-old man. Gilbert Arenas is down. Was that Robert Covington, TJ Warren going to step up? We drafted Willie Cauley-Stein with pick 18, and then looks like we got Jared Jeffries, but like I said, we got Malcolm Miller, but that's really it, man. Not much changes by any means. I don't want John Wall to leave Washington, but the team hasn't really been providing with any good players around him, so I wouldn't hate it, but at the same time, like I wouldn't mind if he was a Wizard for life at the end of the day. But hopefully he explores some options outside of Washington, just in case his team just still doesn't win anything by the time he's a free agent. But we'll see what ends up happening. Man, Russell Westbrook won the MVP. John Wall, I'm pretty sure he put up these similar stats as well. Yeah, literally the almost exact similar stats to what Russell Westbrook is doing. So I feel like if Wall was just on a winning team, he would have definitely won an MVP by now. But he made it all day second team, but we finished off not making the playoffs at all. We were 37 and 45. What does that get us record wise though? Because it would add a really good lottery pick. Okay, it's only 10th, so nothing crazy, but we did miss the playoffs, which sucks. So we will be getting, I don't know if we'll be getting a lottery pick. I mean, the plan doesn't even exist, so I can't actually tell right now. But I see right now. So in the draft lottery, we are going to get a lottery pick. So never mind. We're going to be projected the 11th overall pick in the draft. Are we going to jump up or are we going to stay? We're going to stay at 11. So if you're wondering what draft class this is the draft. We got like Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Jamal Murray, this draft class. So not anybody too crazy that we'll be drafting, but it'll be at least some player that we can feel good about for the future at least. With the 11th pick in the draft, we are going to take Dragon Bender. Okay. John Wall still at 96 overall, only 25 years old. He's entering the 7th year of his NBA career. We got Greg Oden in the draft, though. Or no, we signed Greg Oden. Obviously, we didn't draft him, but we signed Greg Oden with the cap space. If that was the most, we had some money to spend. I guess we gave it to Greg Oden. I mean, he could be a starting center, which I guess is a good step in the right direction. Dragon Bender was a good shooter, I guess. So I'll take that. Jared Wallace was a dumb signing, just regressing like crazy. TJ Warner, Covington will start at small forward, and I still don't think this is enough to win a championship, but it's a step in the right direction, I guess. Anthony Davis is the MVP. Ben Simmons, Rookie of the Year. We finished off once again not making the playoffs, which sucks. Once again, we finished off this time 34 and 47. So not good. We'll take a look at what John Wall averaged in just a second. So yeah, we'll be in the lottery once again. Hopefully we can land number one or something, but only 20 points from John Wall this year, so I don't want to say it's time to leave Washington, but hope he considers it at least in a couple of off seasons. Rocco had to be the second scorer. Robert Covington was the second scorer. Yeah, we just don't have a second star, and that's really affecting the team and what, we're wasting John Wall's career. Washington is absolutely wasting John Wall's NBA career. And, I mean, I feel like he might need to, explore different options out of Washington. I can't lie with you. Number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft. So that's absolutely, that'll definitely help us out. If you're wondering what draft class this is, it is the Markelle Fultz, Lonzo Ball, Jason Tatum draft class. I really hope we take Jason Tatum here. I'm not going to lie with you. Fits so perfectly, honestly. This would maybe rethink John Wall's decision if he wants to leave Washington. He fits so perfectly. We have our center rotation of Oden and McGee. I guess Andre Blatch and Dragan Bender could be our powerful rotation. Jason Tatum could slide right in at the starting small forward. That's what we need the most, a starting small forward. So you can slide right in unless we look at the mock draft and they want to take him number 1. So, no. Okay, they want to take either... Okay, Jason Tatum needs to fall to 2. If not, I'm going to be so sad. And then that's going to take Fultz. Washington, please take Jason Tatum. What are they doing? We take Jason Tatum. Let's freaking go. Jason Tatum, welcome to Washington. That's the best pick we made. And player progression, and oh my goodness, Greg Oden is regressing. He's 29, man. Oh, okay. I mean, that sucks. I thought Eric was going to stay at a freaking 80, but oh, he's regressing. We signed Jordan Farmer in free agency. Looks like it's no more Gilbert Arenas and no more Robert Covington, but getting Jason Tatum helps out a ton, I guess. He could be the future starting small forward for this roster, and I don't know how much time we have anymore to wait, but John Wall is entering his prime, and he probably wants to win a championship at this point. We'll see what happens. Wizards are finally back in the playoffs. It's the 8th seed. At least that's something, man. I'll absolutely take that. So we're back in the playoffs. We had about 25 from John Wall. We had 12 from TJ Warren. Where did Kyle Lowry come from? He must have signed in the season somewhere. I don't know where. But so I'm guessing just Jason Tatum just didn't start because he only played 31 games, started 22 games. Dude, why didn't they have Jason Tatum playing rotation? I mean, this is the 2nd overall pick. That's absolutely insane. Who started over him? Like, seriously, who actually started over? Was it TJ Warren? It was TJ Warren, I guess, bro. But we got the Chicago Bulls in round 1. Well, time to see if we can beat Prime Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. And we are going to go ahead and lose at 5 once again. But John Wall will be a free agent this offseason, so he has something to look forward to this offseason. Actually, he will be a free agent, which is great. Free agency, John Wall has 18 offers, and he has a big offer from the Wizards to return. So he will be returning to the Washington Wizards unless anything happens, unless another team offers him. But yeah, no team wants to offer our guy John Wall. For what reason, I have no clue. No other teams must. I guess no teams might have cap space. Yeah, no other teams have like good cap space, so I guess that makes sense. Look, the Lakers and the Spurs, they just don't. They don't want Julius Randle. They don't want John Wall, which is interesting. So yeah, John Wall is returning to Washington, I guess, which is fine. I mean, he can stay low to the Wizards. They have been a good team. I do want him to win a championship for the first time in his career, but I don't know if we'll be getting that. It's time to see right now this team looks like, though. Yeah, so Jason Tatum is progressing up. John Wall went down overall. Hopefully that doesn't mean much, but team still isn't good, though. Giannis wins the MVP this year. DeAndre Ayton wins the Rookie of the Year. But we finished off once again for another year not making the playoffs. So this time we went 34 and 48. Tatum played rotational minutes this year, but we had about 24 and a half from John Wall. Man, this game kind of sad. The Wizards just can't do anything in the playoffs, which was obviously an issue in real life. But man, we had 19 from Jason Tatum. So already Tatum is John Wall's best teammate, and it's crazy. This team couldn't provide a second star for him. It's been 9 years at this point. 10 from Willie Cauley-Stein. This team isn't good enough, man, and I don't know what the front office is doing, but they just have yet to try and improve this roster, which sucks. We've been a rebuilding team for so long, man, so long. Still at 95. Tatum is up to an 88. McGee, Andre Blatch, and Jordan Farmer are all regressing. I mean, who do we draft with our lottery pick? So I didn't even realize that we had Miles Bridges, but we have him now. We drafted him last year with pick 15. We drafted Tyler Hero this year, though. That'll be a good pick for the future. So if we have a starting five of Wall, Hero will be starting after the two. We got Dante DiVincenzo as well in free agency. So looks like we're stacking up with some young talent here. I see for the rotation in the future, but this team is still isn't good enough. I'm gonna say we're a young team. It's just we have guys just are old and just shouldn't be on the team and regressing. I don't really know what we're trying to do. Are we trying to tank or are we trying to win? I don't even know at this point, man. We are the eighth seed this season. Maybe that's something we finished off 39-4. There's still no winning record. But what did John Wall do? So he averaged about 25 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. So another great season from him. Really good passer. He's never going to develop a good three-point shot. I'd say a consistent shot. Shooting over 35% of odds. That's cool with me, bro. Looks like Tatum developed into a second star for us. Jared Sullinger, we traded for him. We also got Steven Adams. I don't know when that happened. But, I mean, the team's definitely not improved. We've been literally so mid throughout this entire video. But now we got the Indiana Pacers in round one. So Indiana has Ben Simmons, Paul George, Joel Embiid, Nikola Mirotic, and Royce O'Neal. Please, let's get around one this year, and we're gonna lose once again, man. Oh my goodness. Looks like now we got Nerlens Noel. We were able to get him in free agency. Yeah, we got Nerlens Noel in free agency. He just came off a season averaging 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. So we were a big spender in free agency, which is nice. So Nerlens Noel is playing really good. Welcome to Washington, I guess. Miles Bridges developing nice. Man, I mean, the young core definitely developing. We're able to draft Patrick Williams, I guess, man, but Jordan Farmer's regressing, Danny Green. We keep grabbing all these old, washed-up players. It doesn't make any sense, but man, I'm gonna lie. So this is how the center rotation is. Power forward rotation, I guess, will be Patrick Williams starting. Small forward rotation looks pretty good. Shooting guard rotation of Hero and DiVincenzo is pretty promising for the future. Bro, I'm gonna lie. I feel like eventually we'll be a good team, but I don't think they're ready just yet, man. It's crazy. We've been saying this for years, dude. Season we finished off in the plan because the plan finally got invented. Can we make it in? Yes, we can. But goodness, bro, we once again the eighth and seventh seed. That's our ceiling, dude. At about 24 from John Wall, 21 from Tatum, 15 from Nerlens Wall. Thought Noel will make us better, but I guess it was the same freaking team. But we did improve, I guess, a little bit. The team definitely got a little bit better, as you can see. But oh, awesome. So we got Greg Monroe. I didn't even realize that. We traded for Joakim Noah. So a lot of these centers we have on our team. But looks like Willie Cauley-Stein is no longer here. Patrick Williams had an okay season. But we got the Indiana Pacers in round one. I think we lost this team a couple of years ago. This time they had a Damian Lillard. And I don't know if he was here last time. But yeah, they got Dame now. And we are going to lose in round one again. All right, John, I ain't gonna lie. It might be time to leave, dude. I know we really love Washington, but in this scenario, man, I think he would probably want to retire a Wizard, but we'll see what happens if he ends up resigning. He wants to resign, but we'll see. He's only 30 years old in year 11, so still in the year of his prime. Jason Tatum's into a 92, Noel, Bridges, Hero. These guys are still pretty good. We're able to get Cameron Thomas in the draft, too. Draft him with the 15th pick, so another shooting guard to play behind. We also drafted Quinn Grimes as well in the second round. It's a steal getting Quinn Grimes in the second round, so another great pick, and it looks like we still have Danny Green, but looks like we have a bunch of good young players, which is nice to have at this point. So maybe we end up being a good team this year. I don't hate this roster by any means, so we'll see what ends up happening. Rookie of the year, but at the end of the season, we finished off making the number 2 seed. So finally, Washington is back to being a top seed. It's been so long since we were even a top seed, dude. 52 and 30. I used to pray for times like this, bro. It's great because we actually finally have a good team. You see what happens when we have a number 2 option next to John Wall, Jason Tatum. That pick ended up being so huge for us, man. He averaged 23 points per game. John Wall finally actually got to take a little bit of a step back, and he averaged 11 assists with all these teammates to pass the ball to these good teammates. Nerlens Noel was a good signing. 14 from Tyler Hero, turning into the perfect starting shooting guard for this team. 13 from Bridges, 9.5 from Greg Melrose, 7 from Patrick Williams. Oh, we got Ed Davis. You literally got Ed Davis. I don't know where he came from, but you got Ed Davis, I guess, in free agency as well. Another great signing. Cam Thomas will be a great backup shooter in the future. We have a good team right now. Let's carry this thing on into the playoffs, man. So we got the Chicago Bulls in round 1. The Bulls have Derrick Rose, Zach LaVine. They were able to get Evan Mobley in the draft with James Wiseman. So in round 1, I can't even see what's going on, but we're going to beat them at 7. Okay, great. We're in the second round, and we got the Boston Celtics, the 6th seed. So they have Jamal Murray and Devin Booker paired together. Okay, solid backcourt with Denny FD and Nasir Little. So other than Jamal Murray and Booker, I'm gonna lie, the rest of that team does not look good. That's the starting 5, I guess. Does the bench look better? Okay, the bench must be carrying them because the bench is way better than that starting 5. But in round 2, we are gonna beat that team at 5, win the conference finals. Okay. Conference finals, we got the Indiana Pacers. This will be our chance to go to the finals. First year back in the playoffs. So, Fred VanVleet, Paul George, OG, JJ Higginson. This team owned us for a couple of years, and it's time to get our revenge against Indiana. What are we going to do? We're going to beat them at 6, win the NBA Finals. Let's go, bro. John Wall has a chance to get a championship versus the Golden State Warriors with Stephen Curry, Andre Robertson, Jaylen Brown, Zach Collins, and Onyeka Okongwu. It's all about right now. Let's see what happens. So, game 1. Warriors are going to take game 2, game 3. All right, well, it was fun while it lasted. At least we got to the finals, so we know this team's ready to win a championship. Even though I would have liked the championship there to get John Wall his first ring, but we finally got John Wall back in the playoffs, and that's all that matters. Thank you, Washington's front office, for finally putting together a good team, man. Wall is a free agent now, so I wouldn't even mind if he went ahead and left or stayed. Because either way, I mean, I feel like it's a good thing, right? If he stayed, I'd love him to stay with this team and keep helping develop. But we'll see what ends up happening, though. So who do we draft, though? We went ahead and drafted Nikola Jovic, AJ Green, and Isaiah Mobley. All right, I guess it's a pretty good draft then. Hero and Patrick Williams are back. But yeah, like I said, John Wall is a free agent. He's 31 years old. He has 7 offers from other teams. Let's see who's going to go. He's going to remain with the Wizards, which I probably would have wanted anyway. So likely John Wall isn't going to retire Washington Wizards, which is something I think Wizards fans would be happy about. Obviously, if he stayed healthy and stuff. But they also have Miles Bridges as free agent. But welcome back to Washington, John Wall, right? He'll resign. No way, he's going to the Bucks now. He's going to the so he decided not to sign that contract immediately. He decided to wait another day, and the Bucks swooped in. They're offering him a bag, but dude, that's crazy. Is he really gonna leave Washington, man? I like what bro. The first time he could have left any other year. Now he wants to leave, and we actually made the finals to have a good team. John, what are we doing? There's no way he's gonna leave like that. John Wall just left the freaking Wizards. He went to the Milwaukee Bucks. What do the Bucks have? And he just left just like that. So the one time where we're actually putting together a good squad, he wants to leave. He could have left any other year. We were terrible. But now he wants to hit it. It makes no sense. I'm going to lie. This is about to be my first look at this Milwaukee Bucks roster. And okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. We got John Wall. We got Zion Williamson. And we got Anthony Edwards in this team. Okay, so John left the Wizards to form a big 3 with the Bucks. Now in real life, I don't feel like John will ever leave the Washington Wizards, but to pair up with Zion and Ant, and bro, this is a great team. I mean, I like it. They have Vucevic, Luke Kennard here, Jabari Parker, Gary Harris. They have good role players too. This team could win a championship, though. I'm gonna lie with you. This team could be a guaranteed ring with John Wall, Zion, and Ant as the big three. That's a crazy big three. We're gonna be in for a good one this year. I'm excited actually. Obviously, with this Bucks team, we're the number one seed. I low key feel bad for the Wizards, man. We're just getting to the point where we're about to win championships. I thought we're about to at least win with that team, but now that John Wall left, they're not in the playoffs anymore. I kind of do feel bad. Hopefully we can get like a Damian Lillard type thing where he ends up coming back, but that reunions don't really happen in 2K. I don't think 2K is really that smart. In round one, I expect this team to go far in the playoffs. If not, I'll be disappointed. We're gonna beat them in 7. Then we got the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 2. They have LaMelo, pretty young team. We're obviously the better squad here, so we'll see what ends up happening. We're gonna go ahead. Oh my god. How did this bum Cleveland Cavaliers team just beat us? I'm sorry, but this team is not better than us. How do we lose? It really makes no sense. Okay, so John Wall, he averaged about 17 points, 10 assists, Had to take a backseat, obviously, with these two stars. Probably the two best players he ever played with, but man, look at our team and look at theirs, dude. There's no reason why we should lose. Our team is stacked from top to bottom. The whole rotation is absolutely stacked. How did we lose the Cavs, bro? Oh, and the Hornets just take care of it and swept them. How did we lose, bro? There's no way. I hope we can win next year. Because if we don't win a championship for John Wall in this video, I'm gonna be mad, bro. John Wall is officially starting to regress. He's down to a 95 overall. So here's where the regression starts to hit, man. But he had a good run in his prime, obviously, in Washington. But the team is still really good. I hope we can win a championship this year. This team is still so stacked, though. No way, bro. The Wizards were able to sign Nikola Jokic. That's good for them, at least. But we finished off as the number 3rd seed this year. The Wizards are really number 1. No way Washington goes on to win the championship without us. I can't let that happen. I'm gonna lie with you. Imagine if we get Washington versus Milwaukee, but we have the Nets in round. We have to figure out our own thing because obviously we were not as good as Washington. We were 50-32. Still a pretty good record though. In round 1 against Brooklyn, we are gonna go ahead and beat them in 5. Getting closer to that matchup. Now we got the Charlotte Hornets. Hopefully we can beat them. They got Cade, DeAndre Hunter, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert against the Milwaukee Bucks. We are going to go ahead and lose. I wanted that matchup so bad, man. Well, we're going to lose in 7, but no way the Wizards win the championship. There's no way the Wizards got it done without it. John Wall. That absolutely hurts to see. Because I feel like we could have won if Jaw would have. Who is Jaw? I mean, John Wall would have just stayed with the freaking Wizards. I don't know who's Jaw, but that sucks once again. But he went ahead and averaged Zion, Ant, and looks like John Wall might not be working. So we'll see if he ends up re-signing or not. He had her averaging this, 17 points, 10 assists, I guess. Lost down to a 94 overall. In this season, as we look for a championship, we're the 3rd seed once again. John Wall averaged about 17 points and 9 assists, 35% from 3 still. So we got the Atlanta Hawks in round 1. This is how the Hawks are looking like in round 1. I can't even see what's going on, but we are going to lose. So it looks like we lost in 7 games once again. So man, I still feel like John should have stayed in Washington. I know I kind of wanted him out of there before, but after we made that finals run, it felt like something was special was finally building. But for some reason, I expected him to win championships as well with John Wall, Anthony Edwards, and Zion Williams as the big 3. And the team was also pretty good, but things just aren't clicking, I guess. This big 3 didn't work out, man. John Wall's not trying to retire or anything, right? No, not yet. He will be a free agent next season, so we'll see what he ends up doing next season. That'll be interesting to see. I would love for him to return to Washington. I feel that'll be pretty cool, but I don't think the Wizards are going to offer him a cap space to even sign him. But I don't know. We'll see. But heading into player progression, we can see how much he goes down. So John Wall goes down up to a 92. So he's down to now a 92 overall. Looks like we signed some guys like Avery Bradley, but that's really all we did. Season once again, we finish off as the number 2 seed. Dude, the Wizards won 70 games. Look what you missed out on, John Wall. Look what you missed out on, bro. But yeah, we were 59-23. Maybe we can make it far this year. So we look in the player stats. So John Wall averaged. So he had 25 from Zion, 23 from Ant, 16 from John Wall. Just playing kind of like being like a role player now with this team, which makes sense. But Hornets are our round 1 matchup. Hopefully we can make it out of round 1, and we're gonna get swept. Yeah, okay. It's time to leave Milwaukee. John wants him to go out of Washington, dude. Clearly messed up now resigning with the team. We made the finals. It's making any sense. You could have left any other year, but you decided to leave the year we make the finals and build something special. Wow, that makes no sense, John Wall. But he'll be a free agent at least. So John Wall, he has one offer and it's for the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's a no trade clause. So yeah, he's definitely gonna resign with the Bucks at this point. So yeah, he'll probably retire Milwaukee Buck at this point. Yeah. So unless he doesn't sign the first day though, but he only has one offer, so he's not gonna say he's gonna go and resign with the Bucks. So he's gonna resign with the Bucks, which I guess is fine. So yeah, he's going back to Milwaukee. He'll probably retire there at this point, but man, I really wonder what we could have done if he would have re-signed, bro. I really wonder what we could have done with that team, bro. But John Wall's down to a 90 overall. We signed Ben Lacklamore. So you actually had the best record, so 59 and 20. That's pretty good. In my opinion, that's really good. So absolutely take that. We had about 24 from Zion, 23 from me, and only 14 points from John Wall Blast. So he's accepted probably this role in Milwaukee now to win a championship, which makes sense, obviously. But we have the Brooklyn Nets in round one. Let's just get out of round one, man. I'm so tired of being eliminated this early when we're such a good team already in the regular season. No way, bro. Okay, let's beat them at 5. Then we got the Indiana Pacers in round 2. This year seems pretty good. I got Scotty Barnes playing point guard. Is he labeled at point guard or is he just playing? Okay, he's labeled at, okay, he's a power forward, but secondary position is point guard. Wow, okay, I've never seen that ever happen, but it's happening here. But against Indiana, we're losing 7. We were 1 game away from getting the Wizards versus Bucks matchup, but we keep losing, and I don't know why, bro. And the Wizards just keep winning. John Wall is on to an 87 overall. Still no championship, man. He's about to retire. This absolutely sucks, bro. Looks like we're a really good team. Time to see if we can go ahead and finally get this thing done, bro. Number 1 seed, once again. Really good record. John Wall averaged 13 points, 8 assists, like I said. But we got the Chicago Bulls in the first round of the playoffs. I just want to go ahead and get a championship for John Wall at this point. Okay, we beat Chicago in 5. Now we got the Atlanta Hawks in round 2. They have Fox, Mathurin, Miller, Jeremy Grant, and Micah Potter. So in round 2, we are going to go ahead and beat them in 5. And finally, we got this Bucks versus Wizards matchup that we all wanted to see. So this is how Washington looks at this point. So John Wall can get his revenge. I mean, John Wall doesn't really need his revenge. I mean, he kind of left them. So I guess Washington can get his revenge. Tatum, well, time is here now. What's going to happen? So in this series, we're going to sweep them. You telling me we could have beat Washington this entire time? We swept them. What did John Wall average in that series? So right now he's averaging 15 in the playoffs. He didn't really do much, but, nice little reunion game here. He ended up being this former team. Okay, now we got the Los Angeles Clippers. So the Clippers have Lonzo, J-Dub, Jalen Johnson, John Collins, and Jakob Poeltl. Please, I'll do anything. But I just want to get John Wall ringing. I just want to get 1 ring this video. We're gonna take game 1, take game 2. We're 2 games away from John getting his first championship. They're gonna take game 3. We're gonna take game 4. Okay, can we beat them in 6? Yes, we can. John Wall finally gets his first ring in this video. He didn't win Finals MVP. He didn't win multiple rings, but he got 1, and that's honestly all that matters at this point. He finally gets his championship. He was unable to do that in real life, and he finally gets 1. Let's go, man. John Wall is actually a free agent this season, so it's time to see if he ends up re-signing with the Milwaukee Bucks after a championship, as well as Anthony Edwards, also a free agent. John Wall, does not have his bird rights? He didn't retire, right? I'll make sure he didn't retire. John Wall, did he end up retiring? If he retired, that changes everything. So, John Wall, he did not retire. I don't see him retired. That I must have passed his name. John Wall. He's not his bird rights. Where's freaking John Wall? Oh, okay. He opted into his player option. That makes sense. He had a $53 million player option, which he obviously opted into that at this point. Final year, 37 years old. I think he might retire after this season, so we'll end up seeing what happens though. But this will be John Wall's final season, probably. I'm guessing it will, but we'll see at this point. He's still only 37, which is pretty old, but, I've seen players play past that. He said he wants to re-sign with the Bucks after the season, but he's down to an 84 overall, so we'll see how this team does this season. We'll see how he performs. They make the playoffs this season at all, which is just insane after making the championship, but I'm happy we got at least 1 ring to end off John Wall's career. Is he going to retire now? He is not retired. He's been retired after this season, but no, he is still pushing it. He's not trying to retire, so he's still trying to play, which I respect honestly. So we'll keep going, I guess. I remember me being kind of, mad we didn't draft Kawhi Leonard. I still think that would have been the best thing we could have done. Valanciunas really ended up leaving, I think, after 4 seasons. But yeah, is John Wall still playing? Because if so, then that's absolutely incredible. So he is still playing. So he just averaged 11 points per game, 7.8 assists on bad efficiency. But like I said, he's probably trying to get another championship. John Wall has no offers. Is he gonna re-sign with the Milwaukee Bucks? Still no offers, and they're gonna renounce him in free agency. They're gonna go a different direction, and they're gonna renounce him in free agency, which means wait, did they re-sign him or re-sign somewhere else? I don't even know. Did John Wall re-sign? John Wall is in free agency still. Yeah, he's still in free agency, so we'll end up seeing where he signs. 85 overall is sitting in free agency. Hopefully, he signs the team though. Sign John Wall, man. Is he really gonna be in free agency with no team? I mean, yeah, the obviously the Bucks didn't re-sign him, so we'll simulate to the regular season to see if a team picked up John. Team has picked up John Wall, which is insane to think of, but he has regressed like crazy. But he can still be at least a backup point guard. But man, he's down to a 81 overall, so I'm gonna send like a couple days and see if any team picked him up now. And no team wants John Wall. So it looks like he should have retired. But yeah, no team's going to sign him, which sucks. I wanted to see him compete for another championship. But looks like he won't be with the team this season. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season to see if he actually doesn't get picked up. He might still get picked up. We'll see. Wall signed with an NBA team, and it ended up being the Miami Heat. So that's absolutely. He also was starting with that team, too. Or he was starting, now he's not. But yeah, John Wall is with the Miami Heat at this point. He's offline a lot. He's not good, I ain't gonna lie. 7.6 assists, 31% from the field, and 14% from three. It's time to retire, dude. My goodness, like that's terrible. This is the worst efficiency I think I've ever seen in my life, dude. How do you even shoot that? It doesn't look like he shot that bad though, bro. Oh my goodness, like I've never seen anything like that. That is the worst efficiency. That has to take a hit to his like career, dude, because that is terrible, the worst efficiency I've ever seen. I'm sorry, John Wall. Hopefully we can get a championship here in this last season, but Detroit, we have to play them in round one, and we are gonna beat them in 6. Imagine if we do get a championship in this last year. Now we got the Chicago Bulls, so against the Bulls in round 2, we're gonna lose, but John Wall he needs to hang it up now. It's gone to a point, dude. And John Wall is officially going to retire after that season. But other than that last season, he had a pretty good career. He averaged about 20 points per game that entire career, 3.4 rebounds, 9.4 assists per game. Was an underrated passer, 1.4 steals, a pretty good defender. Wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but he's definitely a really good finisher around the rim. We got to take a look at his resume really quickly. So in total, he got only 1 championship, but that's more than he did in real life, and I'll absolutely take that. He was an all-star 15 times, made All-NBA first team 4 times, made All-NBA second team 3 times, made the All-NBA third team, no, made the All-NBA second team 4 times, sorry, they made the All-NBA third team 3 times. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2011, which is amazing as well. NBA records, he finished off top 11 in points scored. He scored 31,843 in total, which is really good, obviously. He scored a lot of points. Field goals made, he was 11th as well. 3-pointers made, he wasn't the greatest 3-point shooter, so I don't expect him to be on here, but we might see him. Yeah, so he wasn't a great 3-point shooter. Don't expect him to be on here, which is fine, obviously. Free throws made, not up there. Rebounds, he was a guard. Assists, he's definitely up here though. He was 3rd assist all time. So like I said, really underrated passer, man. So we'll take that for him as well. Blocks, probably not much there. Steals, he was probably up here for steals, man. He averaged over 1 steal out of his career. So yeah, he was 18th in steals. And then minutes played, he was 10th. Turnovers, he was 6th, and then. Yeah, but all around, it was a really good career for John Wall. I hope John Wall enjoys his retirement. He was one of my favorite players to watch. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.